Without making the nightly watch list, just wanted to show you how quickly I, you know, eliminate stocks. So the watch list is right here. So I'll pull it up every now and then. I already kind of have it kind of put together. But I sure I'm looking for. So the first thing on my watch list is ALPP. I'm still looking for a big morning panic dip buy. I'm constantly looking for that every day. Um, the next thing on my watch list is XFL. So earnings winner, low float, all time highs, but the volume is still kind of low, relative to the price. Um, next one is Agent. I was just looking at this one. It's a biotech with good news today. However, it's been up, consecutive green days, about six with like a small red day in between. And it's on watch for a first red day short or overextended gap down. So $4 is a major resistance area. And then the next area after that is $6. So we'll keep those two levels in mind. That's all I got so far. But this is how quickly I go through my stocks and eliminate them. So this is my scanner from today. It picks up on the highest volume, big percent gainers from the price that I deem that I want. So I have price less than $18 and greater than 2 cents. And the volume has to be, or the change percentage has to be greater than 5% on the day. And the volume has to be greater than 500,000 on the day. So I made my volume kind of low just so I can, start catching these early before they make, big moves, or they'll at least have them on watch. So hold on. All right. So the first one I was looking at today is TRNS, but look at this right here. Change since open. It's already gave back all of its gains that it had today. So first thing I do is go to the daily candle chart. If the daily doesn't look good, the daily doesn't look good, it's an automatic eliminator. If it's a bad sushi chart, at its all-time lows, you know, just a real beat down chart, then most of the time I just ignore it and move on. So here's a 5 minute candle. It had like a good little run today, grinded up, and eventually came all the way back down. So the daily looks like this. Why is my stuff taking so long? It's always at night. All right, so look, here's a 15-minute chart. So you see it gave back all its gains from the spike today. So definitely, nothing, no play here for us. Um, the move was a short near this major daily resistance right here in the 280s. So that was the play to do. Or you could have bought it at a low, $2 and sold around 250. Or if you're risky, bought the 250 push and sold quickly, into the 260s. But yeah, no play. So next, QRTEA, almost like TRNS, it gave back almost all of its spike, had good volume on the day. But look at the chart. It's overall has resistance point right here, right here, right here. So it's no play for us. Next, Plug. This is an energy company. It's a real company. It doesn't have any range. So I don't like playing stocks. I only can go from, 270 to 290. I need to have more than 20 cents of range for me to play it to be profitable. So ignore next. TRXC, bad sushi chart, illiquid volume, ignore next. Agent. So this is one that I have on my watch list. It's up one, two, three, four, five, six green days in a row with a small red day, and today is the first green day after that red day. It had news today. I'm gonna receive some money for a product or something that they had, something like that. But it was good news nonetheless. But look, you go bring up the daily chart, zoom out a bit. You see this resistance right here in the in the high 380s fours. So it spiked up past it, but it came right back to this area. So I think this may hold true as resistance because look at the volume. On this day where it spiked up that high and couldn't get any higher, the volume was around not even 10 million, like 6 million. Today, even on this last run up, the volume never even reached 5 million. So it doesn't have enough volume to get past this resistance point. So I think it's a very likely first red day or overextended gap down that happens tomorrow that I'll look to maybe get short into and ride back down to the low threes. This is a little support area in the the 320s. I can squeeze out at least 50 cents a share between 390 and 320, and that's decent profits. So this one's on watch for a first red day or overextended gap down short. So boom, DRRX, $2 stock. Volume's kind of low. It is near recent highs, but let's look at the long-term chart. Zoom out a bit. Yeah, so this one has all this resistance back here and this recent near-term resistance right here. So I doubt this will get past the 220s at all before getting rejected. And it's not high enough for us to warrant a short because it could, catch support right here. So that's not enough range for us to work in between. So ignore SVM. So three-letter ticker is probably a real company. Um, just looking at this right now, it looks like it's near at least 52-week highs. Let's look at bigger. So it's a decent green day, had decent volume today, 2 million. You still have these resistance points right here and right here in the 450s. So, you know, right now I'm not interested, but if it gets over 450 and more volume can come in, maybe get to 3 million plus, maybe I'll, take another look at it. I think it's near all-time high, so I'll definitely take a look at it if that's the case. So, caught resistance in this force 460s last time, so let's see. Let's do some further research on this one. It's probably a real company, probably has a big float. AGN has a 105 million share float, so don't really have to worry about it squeezing on me too hard. It's not like a crazy low floater. This one has 150,000 float, and it's near all-time highs, and it had earnings. So this is one to. We'll put this on watch. We'll put this on watch for right now, just because it may make a move. So put my watch list, a micro watch list, SVM, higher float, earnings, catalyst, near 52-week highs, $5 level. I'll put 475, 75 level. Oops. All right. I mean, do that. I'll save it later. All right, so that's SVM. Let's switch back to the daily. It has decent volume, 2.5 mil. Good push off of its bottom. So yeah, it's interesting. So IFMK is it's on SSR right now, so it's probably a bounce. Uh, yeah, ignore. It has all time lows and volume's decreasing, so won't touch that. AAOI, it's a higher price stock or a little bit higher $12 stock. A lot of resistance in this area right here, and a lot of support right here. So no play, not really good range for a $12 stock. Ignore for me. SCon, ignore. Doesn't have any volume. It's at all-time lows. Court, CORT. This one looks kind of interesting, except it's only 1 million volume. So a $15 stock with 1 million volume. I've been seeing that a lot. So what was the other one yesterday? If it was FLGT was another $15 stock that only had maybe like 700,000, 800,000 volume one a day. I think those are kind of hot right now because Xpel is one of those as well. And I have that on my watch list for tomorrow. We'll get down to that in a little bit. So let's look at Court. It's back out. Okay. Okay. Court is at a resistance point. So right now I'll say no play because even if it does get shut down at this resistance area, how far down can it go? Maybe 80 cents on a $15 stock. I'd rather have like $2 of range so I can make 80 cents in between. If I only have 80, 90 cents in between, I probably only can make 40, 50 cents. Just being honest. So right now I'm gonna ignore court. If it's pops up again as big percent gainers and stays on the scanner, then I'm likely to review it again. So give it a chance for it to prove itself. Warm, WARM, ignore, low volume. It's a has resistance all back here, so no play. Too low to short. TTSH. I don't know what's going on with this. It looks like it has zero history. Did it IPO today? It may have IPO today. These recent IPOs, sometimes you have, chance for it to spike up. Which one was this? TTSH. 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 Yep, they're probably IPO today because FINVIZ doesn't have any information. Let's see. Oh, it's OTC. That's why. That's why I wasn't on. Hmm. And you got me too. Me too. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Hmm. All right, yeah, I don't know what this is. It's a OTC, like it just emerged. So I try to look some stuff up, but how much is it up by today? It's only up 5%. So all right, I'm gonna ignore for now. CTDH, 23-cent stock. Yeah, real choppy. It has resistance all in this 30 cents area or 25-cent area. Even with all this volume, it still couldn't break over that. So yeah, I'm good. Leave it alone. DVAS. Let's see. 58.2 was his recent highs. Volume is average or really less than average. Just happened to be on a little uptrend. Um, I'm gonna ignore a lot of resistance over here. It doesn't have enough volume to even push to even get into that resistance area. So gotta be selective. AGEEF, 19-cent stock. It's like this has all-time lows. Has decent volume today, but tons of resistance. Really not gonna go anywhere. RSLS, 6-cent stock. Um, no volume for a 6-cent stock. Not even gonna look at it any further. Our XPEL. XPEL is a $14 stock. It has about, 800,000 shares of volume today, which is pretty low for a 14-cent stock. However, as you see the daily is over, it's broken out over its recent all-time highs, really. So, and it has decent volume compared to where it was at its all-time highs last time. So, and if you go to FINVIZ, top of the chart, 30%. Low floater, less than 15 million shares in the float, and it has earnings catalyst. Had good revenue growth. So it has everything in the soup that we want. So it's definitely on our watch list. It's number one on our watch list actually. But that's what I look for. I look for big volume, big days breaking out of recent highs that don't have really any near term resistance overhead. Right now sky's the limit. There's nothing back here that's able to stop it because it has no trading history. So I just needed to get some more volume to come in, and it's off to the races. So moving on, STML trading at its all-time lows. Volume is really that much, not that much over average. So ignore. A leaf. This is in the weed industry. Um, had a nice little multi-day runner off of its lows. Um, it just has so much resistance back here. If it can get, you know, s- you know, 4 or 5 million volume, and have a real big green day, maybe challenging this area up here, this $2 area, maybe we can consider it, but it has a long way to go before it gets there. So right now we're gonna just leave this one alone. It's in the right industry though, and had decent volume on the day. TPIC, it's a bottom bouncer. Probably had bad news, higher price. I'm good. MICT, is that a Bitcoin play? Okay, nice little multi-day run. I think this one has a lot of resistance. Yeah, so you got resistance right here in the 120s, in the 140s. Even though it has It's had decent volume the last couple of days, but not to overcome all that. At least I don't think so. I'm not willing to bet it either. So we're gonna ignore it. PCTI, $9 stock, 700,000 volume on the day. Multi-day runner. It's like it's breaking over recent highs. Let's open up the bigger picture. It's probably catching resistance at the half dollar 950 level because it's resistance back here. So that makes sense. Let me go to weekly. See what I get. I don't know if if it's gonna reverse and come back down to the eights or it's gonna come back down to the 750s. Maybe worth for sure if it can come back down to the 750s. But will some of this area right here hold that support? It's the question. This 880s, really the 850s. If it cracks 850, then it can definitely get back down to 8. If it cracks 8, then we're looking down here. So uh, neither here or there. Right now, I'll leave it alone. Well, let me do this. Let me do this. Slow float. And it was the earnings play. So, hmm, I'll put it on the back burner as a potential short setup. The first red day. That's what I'll do. I think it's interesting. I think I'll put SPM on the watch list. Uh, uh, I'm going to put it in here. I got SVM on here. I'll leave it on there for now. It's already happened on there, but that's a back burner to the back burner play just because the float's so high. Okay, AQST, $6 stocks, up 16%. Multi-day runner. That's what we like to see. Volume a little bit less than we would like, especially for a $6 stock. And it has a lot of overhead resistance. So um, maybe a first red day. Let's check the float on it. AQST. Low float. Yeah, so they had a little endless upgrade even after they had reported some less than favorable earnings. We'll keep on watch for a short. All right, PRTS. Did we already look at that one? Yes, we did. That's the one we just put on watch, right? No, it's not. We did PCTI. So above average volume last few days. Um, Getting super overextended. I wonder what the catalyst on this was. It's probably resistance back here. So yeah, resistance all in this 250 area. This is a good short setup. If volume stays in the stock and it stays liquid. Let me see how it traded throughout the day to see if it was actually a liquid stock. See how the bars it's kind of liquid. However, it doesn't mean you can't make money on it. It never did break over that 248 level or 252 level. Let's look float. What's the news? Was it earnings? Nah, you know what? I'm bugging. It's still low float. $5 price target. Yeah. CUI. All right. That's a daily. I'm good. AHR. I'm good. Don't like this because it basically was a short into this, you know, this resistance area back here. So that move has came and gone, and there's no player now. I can't even see anything that looks interesting from right here. Yeah, volume's non-existent. RCHN is a 10-cent stock. It's up. It was up 122%. And now it's up 0.03%. Oh no, it's up 102%. My bad. Read that wrong. Um, yeah, what happened with this? These 10-cent stocks can become 40-cent stocks real quick. You get your money. Um, just had a little squeeze and went right into this resistance area. Yeah, yeah, we're good. NH, I don't like that ticker. Boring. That's the end. That's the end of the scanner that got picked up today. Let's go back to FinViz, see if we miss anything on FinViz. So at spell we got that. You know what that is. CABA, what's this? $13 stock. We got at spell in there. It's a $14 stock. So might as well look at CABA. Like no volume. Only these $13 no volume. Low. I bet you it's a low floater. Low floater. So it's a recent IPO. It's one to watch, man. These, especially these biotech stocks, they can become $40 stocks real quick. So I'm gonna put that on watch. CAVA new IPO. Look for 14 break, $14 break. Low floater. Look how big the watch list is. That's crazy. All right. Carb, too high price for me. 9. It's a bottom bouncer. IEA. It's a bottom bouncer. We already looked at TRNets. And I think that's it. Everything else we already looked at. PSI we looked at. OVLU we looked at. I know we didn't. ARGRU. ALGRU. That's what I'm pulling up. But it's higher price anyway. Um, yeah, so that's how I make my watch list. That's how quickly I scan through Scott's stocks to be able to, determine what if I want to trade them or not. So this is what we got. So back in. So we got Etspel, earnings winner, low floater, all time highs, but volume is low. Agen is a biotech with good news, but it's near a major resistance area. SVM is a higher float stock, but has an earnings catalyst and it's near 52-week high. PCTI is on watch for first red day. It's a low floater with an earnings catalyst. 950 is the resistance that is already rejected the other day. AQST is on watch for a first red day short. It's also a low floater with recent news, but the resistance area is right there at 7, which it had rejected off of the other day. PRTS, it's a low floater. It's overextended, but it just recently had an analyst upgrade with a $5 target, which is more than 150 or 100% from where it's trading at now. So we'll see how that quote unquote target holds up, but it's already overextended. So we're looking at first red day on that as well. And CABA is a new IPO biotech. $14 was resistance, so we'll look for it to break over that. It's a low floater. If volume comes in, it can really run. So that's what is on the watch for 11/12. I'll turn this back white. 11/12/2019.